Now then, if you've been paying attention for the last, I don't know how long, hundreds of videos that I've made, a lot of them have shown me modifying this bike, the Triumph. Now when I say modifying, I mean taking components that were meant for other bikes or were universal and making them fit this bike. Rear shock absorbers are a good example. They weren't for this bike specifically, but I made them fit. Chain tensioner, that was another one. And then there's some of the things that I made from scratch. I'm going to be going backwards if this person goes any slow, but they are a learner, so I've got to forgive them that. Anyway, yeah, there were other bits that I made completely from scratch, like the front number board and the box behind it, which contains all the cables. And anyway, I've covered all of this in previous films. And it's all happening up here tonight. And I went and I stopped off in a little cafe the other day for a cup of tea, and there was only myself. There were a couple of guys on Harleys, and there was an absolutely brand new Honda Africa Twin in there. Anyway, we got talking about the one guy on the one Harley. It had every conceivable bolt-on shiny chrome accessory that you could possibly imagine. The other Harley, which was a bobber, had an airbrush paint job, Springer forks. I mean, that thing was seriously customised. And like I say, the Africa Twin was stock standard. It was brand new. And my bike. Anyway, the guy with the chromed up Harley, the accessorised Harley, was swearing blind that his bike was customised. So we kind of all got into a discussion, and with the exception of him, everyone else, their opinion was, no, you get customised, modified or accessorised or standard, and his was accessorised. That got to me thinking, most of mine's modified, but there are some accessories on it made specifically for this bike. And so here I am at the Tiddly. I'll stick it there, Neil.
You get down there on front next to mine.
Oh, will I?
Where you notice where that billboard thing is. That.
Cheers, mate. Yeah, so we'll have a look tonight and see what's accessorised. Well, this is the first Tiddly. It's not the first one of the year, but it's the first one I've managed to get to. Like, that's a bit more accessorised. That Harley there. That looks a bit more customised, but also accessorised. I'm not particularly well up on Harleys, so not something I can't look at them and think, oh yeah, I know about that. I can a lot of Japanese bikes and Triumphs and Enfields and stuff like that. Anyway, we'll have a look. See if we can spot the difference. Well, now that was a little bit of a disappointment as regards custom bikes. There were none there. There were lots and lots of accessorised ones. And one or two mildly modified ones. And a drop-dead gorgeous looking restored Honda CL450, early 70s one. And they're fairly rare. The 360 and 175 and 360, there seem to be a few of them around. But 450s, not so many. I know where there's a 360 and I'm sorely tempted to buy it. I think I needed to go to a custom show to make my point, really. But anyway, the truth is, I guess it doesn't really matter. If you enjoy what you ride, that's all that matters. But that's something that's changed over time as well. When I first started riding bikes, it wasn't just about riding them. It involved spannering as well. And I still get pleasure from that. Probably get more pleasure from the end result than the actual spannering. Going back to the old CL Honda Scramblers, much as I love the look of them, I think unless I ever manage to lay my hands on a complete one, I think it would end up being a resto mod. I think I'd probably clean it up, make it look better, and end up modifying parts of it, probably quite a bit of it. don't know, and I guess I won't know until it actually happens, if I find one. I know where there is one, but he wants too much money for it. It's complete and it's original, but it needs recommissioning. And what I mean by that is it needs stripping down to its complete bare bones. Refinishing, rebuilding, everything needs redoing on it. It's been stood for a long, long time. And that never does a bike or any other piece of machinery any good, really, if you mothball it and leave it for a long, long time, and then you want to use it again. I mean, rubber perishes and goes hard. Anything to do with the fuel system is even worse, because modern fuel proper eats into everything. It's corrosive stuff. So I don't know. I mean, the reason this bike got modified so much was I like the look of it initially. But I wasn't keen on the lackluster suspension. And the average performance. So I felt I had to address it, and then well, you start getting into things, and one thing leads to another, and in the case of this bike, it's been, well, I don't know how long I've had it, quite a long time now. 4 or 5 years of every winter when I lose it less, I change something, and quite often I don't like what I've changed, so I change it again, and I have been known to change it a third time as well. But I'm fairly settled with it now. I like the way it looks, I like the way it handles, the way it goes. I don't think I'm going to be doing too much major to it. I'm sure there will be mild tinkering, because that's me. Leave anything alone. all these bloody cars come from? They're ruining my fun. That's it, I had to leave at a respectable time. Didn't really think to fit a clear visor, and the sun's getting low in the sky, and I have got a full tint visor on at the moment. So I didn't really want to get caught out in the dusk. Because with a tinted visor you can see the square root of bugger all when it gets dark.